A giant in the civil rights struggle, a giant for all womankind, a giant for all humankind, Dr. Dorothy Height.
It's really an honor to be able to welcome you here to the headquarters of the National Council of Negro Women. Mary McLeod Bethune, who founded the National Council of Negro Women, was born of slave parents, and yet she became an advisor to presidents and the founder of a college and of the National Council of Negro Women. And she always said that she wanted to see her people have a strong presence in the nation's capital. And I hope you agree with us that for us to be between the White House and the Capitol is a strong presence. No higher celebration than one that honors Rosa Parks. And as we were introducing our wonderful members of the Black Caucus, Congressional Black Caucus, I also want to point out to you a woman sitting over here who is the mother of Emmett Till, who you know, if you remember your history, was really destroyed, Emmett Till. Mainly Till Mobley today, still carrying on, still helping to move forward as she does from her base in Chicago. But Emmett Till's story should remind us all how significant it was that Rosa Parks refused to go to the back of the bus. And many times I heard stories told about it, but I'll never forget, Rosa Parks, you're a child of God. You can make a difference. And you know the rest. The minister of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, Martin Luther King, came to the jail where she had been placed, and a great movement was begun. And so when we come today, like Reverend Barrow has urged us, we need to commit ourselves and thank all of those who tomorrow will put into action another step honoring her as she is presented the Congressional Gold Medal.
The person who is responsible for bringing us to this point in the sense of the celebration day just prior to the awarding of the Congressional Medal of Honor, the Honorable Julia Carson.
Thank you very much. This is a very special moment in my lifetime, if you will allow me to be personal. To have Mrs. Rosa Parks and Mrs. Dorothy Hyde and Mrs. Till here gathered together in one place and in one accord. I am Julia Carson. I am a member of Congress elected from Indianapolis, Indiana. And before you get any ideas, Indianapolis is only 27% African American.
Special remarks from a very special person, the energetic, dynamic chair of the Democratic National Committee, Joe Andrew.
Thank you. This room is full of special people. And the reason this room is full of special people is because of the person we've come to honor today. I've been the chairman of the Democratic National Committee right now for about 2 months. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my proudest hour.
All right.
This is my proudest hour. Because Mrs. Rosa Parks represents the very best of the principles, the policies, and the spirit of the Democratic Party. Please give another round of applause to a woman who is more than an icon, who represents more than just history, who represents our future as well, Mrs. Rosa Parks.
Turn around, Joe. Turn around, Andy. Turn around.
responsibility. I, Miranda, will live and die by your example. And led us in the direction of morality, justice, and equality. I, too, Mrs. Parks, shall not be moved.
To thank Julia Carson for her vision and to thank Rosa Parks for her vitality. Thank you both for bringing us all here today, and thank you for being here.
Carolyn Cheeks Kilpatrick. Mrs. Parks resides in my district in Detroit, Michigan, and when she came, the city grew. I want you to know that we're lobbying for $3 million for the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development. Write your congressperson. Call your congressperson. Let them know, if you know other people across the country, let them know that we want $3 million, a small bit of money in a $1.7 trillion budget. The Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute helps children like Miranda know who they are. So we need you to help Mrs. Parks. Yes. I'm honored that Ms. Parks asked me to read one of her favorite poems.
But it means that I should simply be brief. And I say I should be brief because to be more than brief would render me rather selfish. I say that because on Friday, June 12th, Mrs. Rosa Parks afforded me the blessing of giving to 780 children of the Cicely Tyson School of Performing and Fine Arts herself as a gift. She stopped by the school and visited with us en route to Washington. And so you understand, of course, when I say I've had my day, and I'm grateful for that. It is a moment in our lives, thanks to you, that we will never, ever forget. She has directed her energy toward education for our children, toward voting and social rights and equality for the dispossessed, toward economic rights and commercial justice for the poor and exploited, and toward building a nation of sensitivity and compassion. She has asked this great nation to look upon its obligation to help build a great society, one free of the misery, one free of the squalor, and one free of the hopelessness all too visible in our nation. She has the courage and the vision to crusade for a truly democratic America. She has given new hope to disinherited people of the United States and of the world. Her very presence gives a new sense of hope, a fresh sense of the importance of peace, and a renewed faith in the ideals of liberty, justice, and equality. God bless you, and may your years be many so that we will continue to be blessed by your presence.
Thank you.
Hello, Richard. Hello. They're all beauties here today. A particular poem was requested of me, and I thought of a different one.
So you do both?
No, I think I will do only the one that was requested. And if it is not in my head, then I shall, although, as I've explained much too often that recently I stood at the precipice of middle-aged, and therefore I may need my glasses. The mighty power of my black hand, I will snatch my freedom from the tyrant's mouth, know the first taste of freedom on my eager tongue, sing the miracle of freedom with all the force of my lungs, christen my black land with exuberant creation, stand independent in the whole of nations, root submission and dependence from the soil of my soul, and pitch the monument of slavery from my back. When I know the mighty power of my hand.
But I am so honored to be here today. I was afraid to fly, and Cicely Tyson said, "You get on that plane." My dear husband, who just passed in August, who has seen me through and says, "Driving Miss Artist," he's Italian, was Italian, used to drive Miss Rosa Parks in our black car like a limo. So much love. This lady, Mrs. Parks, is such an inspiration to me. I can't begin to tell you. And I feel so surrounded by friends, and I feel the presence of God in this house bringing us all together. Yes.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. That's the. You did.
We are.